How do you do a two-handed tie? All right, this is one of the most basic techniques in surgery. Whether you're a nurse, a medical student, a surgical resident, anybody that ties a knot needs to know how to do it right. So when we're thinking about how to hold suture, I like to balance the suture on my middle fingers, okay? And that keeps the thumb and the index finger free because those are the fingers that are doing all the work in the two-handed tie. Always, when we think about tying, we want to lay down square knots. Well, how do we do this? It's almost impossible to lay down a square knot if you start with your suture uncrossed. So we want to start by crossing our suture. And I'm going to take the right-handed suture and I'm going to put that in front of the left-handed suture. And then I'm just going to re-grab, again, the suture right on top of my middle fingers, keeping my thumb and index finger free. All right? So what's the first knot? Well, we want it to go square. So the two knots are going to be the thumb and the index finger knot. So the first one I see is the thumb, and that's going to lay this knot down square. And what does that mean? Well, I'll show you. So the first move is the thumb comes under the string, we cross over, we put our finger through, we grab it with our thumb, and then we push, okay? And you can see that lays that knot down square. The second is putting it on the index finger, crossing over, thumb through, index down, back, and now we cross our hands, and we have a nice square knot. Now, it might be helpful if I show you a top-down view, so let's give that a shot. And so here you can see I have my hands, my suture is balanced on my middle finger. We're going to cross. So we have the right over the left, okay? Again, over my finger. And I'm going to start by putting my thumb through, cross over, index through, thumb down, boom. Okay, and we can see that knot going down square. The second throw is index in, cross, thumb through, index on, boom. Again, boom. Like here, and we just work on getting those knots down square. And we have to cross our hands in order to do it. Okay. Now, what if we want to throw a surgeon's knot? We can do that by just going through twice. A surgeon's knot is just the first throw is 2. And then you follow it up with single throws, just making sure that the knots are going down square